Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. I'm going to start this off by saying I am not an attorney. So, take this information for what it is. All this COPPA chaos going on, it seems like every third channel or something's got a video up going, oh, COPPA's going to steal my channel, and is this the end of my channel, and, goodbye to YouTube, and as soon as you click on it, it's like, y'all are just, like, continuing the hype. It's really not, it's not all that. So, there's two websites that I've watched here recently. One I watch quite often, and that is Steve Letho. Steve, S-T-E-V-E, Letho, L-E-T-H-O, and he does Letho Law. He's an actual attorney somewhere in the northern part of the United States. And he goes in and, like, he actually pulls out law books and everything else when he's going through, like, can you get a ticket for, having something hanging from your mirror, or, can you get a ticket for having a cracked tail light? And he's got all kinds of interesting stuff. And then there's another guy that I just clicked on today, Ian, or Ian, I-A-N. I don't know how to pronounce that. My niece's husband is also an Ian. But anyway, Corzine, C-O-R-Z-I-N-E. Now, Ian made a point earlier today, and he went in and did some research. That's what attorneys do. And he went to the actual FTC site, and honey, lemon, and ginger tea. It's good for the throat. He did some research on the FTC site, and basically it kind of comes in and just says, no, people, it ain't going to happen. In 2015 or something, the FTC came in and said, you have to comply with COPPA if you're a commercial thing. But, people uploading videos aren't collecting information from kids. And they don't have to worry about what content they're putting out for general audiences. And that's like you're not providing content for kids, and you're not providing content for, those over 13 or over 18 or, mature audiences. You're just putting out general content, and your video, your advertising isn't geared towards children. And for the most part, I don't know, because I don't go in and do that. I don't think we can actually pick and choose what content of commercials go on our videos. I'm pretty sure that still comes back from Google or YouTube, and they go into their cookies and they say, oh, well, Doc Inc. watches a lot of this type of video, so we're going to throw in this type of a commercial. And the same thing with Facebook. Oh, Doc Inc. talked about going on a cruise, and so we're going to throw in all these cruise commercials. And yeah, it's I mean, you're being tracked out there. Don't make no mistake about it. But they made one point, and I believe it was Ian that made the point. This is more of a commercial thing. YouTube got their wrist slapped, and they agreed to not track cookies for kids or whatever, not put cookies in for kids and collect their information. But this was a commercial move. Instead of them having to go in and say, put in something on every time you sign in, saying I am over 18 or I am over 13 or whatever, which would cost them money. It was easier for them to just say, all right, you creators are responsible for this, and we want you to mark, is this kid content or not? But the FTC is not going to come in and say, oh, you marked it for adult content, but you're showing stuff that kids would be attracted to. They really don't care. That would fall in under general audience. At least according to the interpretation that I saw on Ian Corzine's video. So that kind of puts me at rest that, my ideas were kind of in line with, what is actually going on. Just a whole lot of hype, and people are like losing their minds over something that's really not going to happen. So you go in and you click, my content is not made for children. Boom, that's it. You don't get wiped down into the kids content channel. There's also been talk about if you mark your content as for kids, then you won't end up in search engines and stuff like that. One article I read said that you will still end up in search engines, but only on the kid-friendly part of YouTube. So, and make no mistake, it's not just YouTube that has to deal with COPPA. COPPA's been in effect since 1998. The Children's Online Protection Policy, whatever that COPPA stands for. And that's why, MySpace and Facebook and all that have that thing where you have to mark if you're of age, are you over whatever it is, over 18 or whatever. And, people are like, yeah, I am. But, they're not. They're 12 or they're 11 or they're 9. And, and their parents came in and said, well, yeah, I understand that, there might be content out there but I trust my kid, and, they're not gonna do what, they're not gonna be bothered by this, so they just give them an adult page. I've had some family members who were minors that wanted to join, my Facebook page and whatnot, and instead of just like automatically clicking, I talk to their parents. Look, are you sure? Because the content that I put on my Facebook page, it isn't always PG. Excuse me. And, they're fine with that. So, I mean, on the other end of the spectrum, I know 12-year-olds who have phones, and, if you take their phone away from them, they are watching Pornhub. So, and not just like, random videos on Pornhub. They're watching, porn. So, COPPA is out there. It's a feel-good measure, I think, at least in my mind. And I'm not going to waste a whole lot of y'all's time on this. I will put a link to Steve Letho's video on this and Ian Corzine's video. You can watch both of theirs. They have some very interesting information regarding COPPA. They put it a whole lot better than I do. Of course, they're trained to do this type of stuff and argue in courts of law and stuff like that. So check them out if you've got any questions. For the most part, just take a chill pill. Nothing really seems like it's going to happen. They're not going to come in and, I mean, YouTube might come in and just say, mass delete all the channels. I wouldn't be totally surprised about that because YouTube has been cutting their own throat. They make they chased out videos of people making weapons, people using weapons, people teaching how to make weapons. They are really hard on the prepper videos. You have to be very careful what you say and do to not offend the YouTube censors, and they're chasing people away that way. They came down what was it called, the ad apocalypse, a couple years ago, and they were saying, oh, if you're cursing on your video, you're not ad friendly. If you're doing this on your video, you're not ad friendly, and they would take away monetization. Excuse me. 98% of YouTube is done for monetization. People are there to make money. So when you hit somebody in the pocketbook, yeah, of course they're going to listen. But like I said, I say I'm not going to talk long, and then I go and start waffling away. So, yeah, I'll check out those two. Sites if you are in so of mind. Like I said, I think they are very informative. Neither one of them are very long, 15, 20 minutes, something like that, and just loaded with information that should quiet any concerns you have. Excuse me. So with that, let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever did y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If you want to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I'll have links in the description box, wherever that happens to be on your device of choice. I'll also put links to similar videos, and you'll find my email and my snail mail, and yeah, all that good stuff. So if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. Till I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Slotchy, y'all. Bye-bye.